This tutorial is going to demonstrate how to use the Audacity program. To get to the Audacity program, go to Start, All Programs, and then you're going to click on Audacity. And then once you do that, Audacity is going to pop up. And you have your basic buttons here: rewind, play, record, pause, stop, and fast forward. And those are all the buttons that are normally used in recordings. And then we have our menu up here with File, and then we have our tools. One thing that you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to look at the microphone over here, and you're going to want to make sure that this arrow is in the middle or toward the plus sign, because you can see that said input volume. That's how loud the microphone is, and that's how loud my voice is going to be recorded. So you want to make sure that that's up at a level where it can be picking up your voice, and that way you're able to record. So after you turn up your microphone volume, we're going to talk about recording and also adding different kinds of music files. So in order to record my voice, which is the primary reason to use Audacity, we're going to hit the record button, and we can just hit the record button and we can start recording. And you'll notice two things: the blue wavy lines and also the red line here telling you that it's recording my voice. And I'm going to hit stop. You can pause it, and if you pause it, that will allow you to stop and then start again without having to create a break. So this is my voice right here, the blue wavy lines, and as long as there are pretty dynamic blue wavy lines, then it means it's recording my voice. If it was a straight line and did not have all these waves, then that would mean that the microphone's probably not working. So you want to make sure you've got these blue lines here. Once I record, I can do a number of different things. I can add music, or I can add an effect. And so the first thing we're going to look at is adding a musical background. So once I've recorded, I can add a musical background to my voice recording. So in order to do that, I can go up to Project, and I'm going to click on Project and Import Audio, and I'm going to pick one of the songs that I like, Funky Rap, and I just say Open. And now it's going to pop in. Now you see here's the audio track, which is my voice, and then Funky Rap has its own set of wavy lines right here. Now you'll notice that the Funky Rap goes much longer than my actual voice. So I want to delete that portion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click and drag, and I'm holding down the left key, and I'm going to let go when I get to the place I want it to be, and then I'm going to come up to Edit, and I'm going to say Delete, and now that's gone. So now they match. And I could do that with my voice too. If I left click and drag, then I let go, I go up to Edit, and I hit Delete. Now it's gone. The beauty of Audacity is that you can do that to the middle of your selection as well. So if there's something in the middle that I don't like, or if you're working with the students and they had a mistake in the middle, you don't have to re-record everything. You can simply play the mistake and listen, and then what you can do is stop it where you found the mistake, and then you're going to drag and let go, go up to Edit, and say Delete, and now it will take out the middle and splice the rest of it together, which is a neat feature in Audacity. So that's how you delete. You just click and drag and go up to Edit and click Delete, and it will disappear. So that's how you delete, and also how you add the music if you would like to add music to your selection. One of the other things we're going to talk about is moving a clip. If perhaps you record something, and if I want to record, and I'm going to record, you'll see my voice right down here is the third bar recording. And here's the third bar recording, and I don't want these two bars, these two audio tracks, to run into one another, because then my voice is going to be overlapping itself. So in order to move this, I'm going to click up here in the toolbar at the double arrows called Time Shift, and I click on it, and then I'm going to click and drag and let go to where I want it to be. So now I have the double-sided arrow, and I can just move it and match up my my first recording with my second recording. And I just clicked the time shift tool and then clicked on what I wanted to move, and I moved it. Now, in order to go back to normal editing, I would click the selection tool, which is the capital letter I, and now I'm back to regular recording and editing. If I want to add an effect to my voice recording, I can click and drag and then let go, come up to effect, and now I can boost the bass, change the pitch. The one that I use most often is noise removal. And that's a good one because it allows you to take out background noise. It doesn't eliminate all background noise, but it does a nice job taking out the crowd and just the sounds in the background for the most part. So I might click on noise removal, and then it would give me, and I could click get noise profile, and I could change more or less noise. So that's one effect that you can do. If you click on effect, you can also change and add fade in, fade out. It's really limitless, and it just depends on what your preference and what your project is that you're working on. One thing you want to make sure with all these audio tracks is that you look over here to where it has the volume. This is the volume of the clip. So I want to make sure my voice is the audio track, that I turn it up. And I might want to come to the funky rap because it's music. I might want to turn it down. And then I might want to turn this up also to match the second audio track. So you want to make sure that if you're putting music with voice, that the music is always turned down lower than the voice, and that does help from being drowned out. Now, if we're finished and we're ready to publish, I'm going to go to File. Now, before I publish, I might want to save my project because I may want to come back and edit it later. So I can click Save Project. We're going to close that file. You can just close that or say OK if that box pops up. And then what you're going to do is name it. And it's going to automatically default to My Music. So if you want it to go somewhere else, you can click this arrow and tell it where else to go. And then you can hit Save. Now this project is saved, and what it's going to look like is you'll see there's two separate files, the data file and then the little practice icon. You must keep both of these files in order to open up Audacity and work on it again. So you'll see two separate files, and you want to keep both of those files. So that's what your file will look like if you save the project, so that you can come back and edit it. And in order to edit it, you would click on this icon right here. You would not click on the folder, but you would click on the actual icon. Once you're completely done, you're going to come down and export as a wave. And it's going to give that warning again. Your tracks will be mixed, and you can click Don't Show It Again. And this is okay to say okay to. So now it's going to ask, well, what do you want to save it as and where do you want to save it? So you choose, again, you hit save, and it's going to now export. And this is what the finished product will look like. The finished product will have a musical note, or in this case, because mine is on Real Player, it has an R. So it will be the finalized file. And if you click on it, it will come up just like a regular audio file. And it's completely finished. So this file right here cannot be changed. You would have to come into the project and change the project. If you go to File and you try to export as an MP3, it's not going to work. It exports as a WAV, but it's compatible with most of the programs that you're going to be using. So that is how you use Audacity, and those are the basics. There's a lot more to this program, but the basics are extremely helpful and good for recording and for making different types of podcasts and book talks and things like that. So that is how you use Audacity.